We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go. Hi everybody, I'm Sophie, he's Mike, and she's Brenda, and welcome to On the Road with Mickey. If you're returning for another adventure with us, welcome back. We are so glad you have returned safely. And if this is your first episode with us and you're new here, welcome. It's so nice to meet you, and I'm going to show you the reins today. First up, we have our Cheddar from the Big Cheese, which is basically our Disney news snippets. And then after that, we have our feature topic, which is what we talk about for most of the episode. And then after that, we have our This Day in Disney History, brought to you by me. And after that is our game of Who's Who, and that is brought to you by Mike, my dad. Oh, fair warning, I'm almost never wrong when it comes to this game. I almost always win it. And then after that, Brenda will be giving us a quote from the big man himself, Walt Disney, and it's just going to be amazing. So buckle up, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the car at all times. Make sure you're safe, fasten your seatbelts, all that good stuff. And we will see you on the road. It's time to get going. Let's go!
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie,
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
and he's Grogu, and we're on the road with Mickey. This is Season 2, Episode 34 for August 23, 2021, and our feature topic this week is called Planning for School, Planning for Vacation. Because we all know if you're going to school, you're already thinking about that vacation.
Yeah,
I know I was.
I
That's
know
how
I am.
got through some of my math classes, just to be frank.
Just to be honest here, no
Yeah.
judgment.
What? I'm bad at math. I don't know why you put me in the advanced courses.
Because you had it. You had the aptitude.
There
But
you
that's totally off topic.
Yeah.
Totally off topic.
Yeah, let's get back to Disney.
So
That's what we're doing.
we think we're going to have a fun episode and it's going to be helpful. If you've got a vacation planning, these are some things that we think you should consider bringing along to make sure that you have everything you need for that vacation. So
Right.
today's episode by Sophie is sponsored by
Tivana and my special favorite mug, Mondays should be optional.
and Brenda, who's your sponsor.
Always the same, Hershey.
There you go. And mine is sponsored by McDonald's Diet Coke.
All right. Now we need some real sponsorships, please.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right then.
I have a new section that we're starting today, and it is updates from last week. And I wanted to let you know, these are things that I came across after we had recorded and things that needed to be updated. It's kind of like on ESPN, pardon the interruption. They had a show, and at the end of every show, they have their rundown of what they missed or what they messed up. And so that's where I got the idea. And
Nice.
so last week, when we talked about our favorite kiddie rides, we mentioned that the carousel at Pixar Pier was called King Triton's Carousel. And that is what it used to be called. It is now known as Jesse's Critter Carousel. And my friend Stephanie shared some pictures that she said I could share. And I thought we would share a few of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, are you seeing the
Aw.
pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's the sign. And then here's some of the character ride vehicles, some of the ride
Aww.
characters.
Cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. And then lastly, I've got a picture from Pixar Pier. So
Great.
there's a
Oh my-
picture from that.
Oh my gosh, Daddy, go back to the second one. I just realized that the critter that's the skunk is facing backwards. That's
Yeah.
funny.
That is funny. That's too funny.
That is funny.
If you're
Oh,
not
So-
following
yeah.
us on YouTube, you need to get on YouTube so you can see these awesome photos. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then let's go back. And a couple weeks ago, we asked for your favorite Disney shows in the Facebook group. And I had mentioned, I said I was going um, to let everyone know what people were saying was their favorite shows. And I didn't say that. And by far, the consensus is that the Festival of the Lion King is the favorite show.
There you
Other
go.
votes were for Happily Ever After and Phantasmic, and those are ones that I don't know that many of us thought of. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then
Very good. Thank
lastly,
you.
um, my niece Stephanie and Sophie's cousin
Yep.
is at Disney right now, or was there at Disney last week, I should say, and they had some pictures that they sent that said I could share, and I just thought it would be really cool. And this is coming back to where we were, but here's a picture.
Oh.
Here's a
Oh,
picture from
cutie.
Chef Mickey's, and isn't that
Cutie.
awesome? How they're still getting great pictures,
So
even
cute.
though it's socially
Oh
distanced.
my
Yeah,
You know,
because they
goodness.
ended up, instead of getting a hug from them, they look like they're photobombing them, and it's
I know.
hilarious
I
sometimes.
think
It's
it's
really
awesome.
hilarious.
And then riding in their stroller,
Aw.
Cute.
and then over
Oh,
looks like
That's the
Riviera.
Riviera.
Yeah.
They must have taken the Skyliner over from Pop Century.
Hmm.
That is wonderful.
And then
Oh, and I love
they're-
their
so
little
sweet.
dresses. That's so
Yeah.
cute.
uh-huh. And then with their Gigi.
Oh,
And then
Oh,
lastly, in front of the castle. Good
there
family
they
shot.
oh,
are.
wow.
Sweet. That's a great photo.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
My
So,
goodness, Lindsay looks so big.
yeah,
And even Mackenzie
So
looks big. Oh my
sweet.
goodness.
yeah. So, there
Thank you
you
for
go.
sharing, Stephanie's. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it. How sweet.
Yeah. So, there's my show and tell for the day.
Yay.
And
Wonderful.
now let's get on to some cheddar from the big cheese. And I wanted to let you know that in the Disney Very Merriest After Hours Party, which is this year's version of the not so scary. Listen to me. To Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, there will be twinkling lights, festive decor, and magical celebrations
Yeah.
that will fill Magic Kingdom Park. The event will take place on 24 select nights, starting November 8th through December 21st. It's a 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. party time. The
Pate.
party is
That
going
is-
to include Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks, as well as the Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade.
Yoo-hoo.
A full parade will be
Yay.
back at Walt Disney World. It'll be the first time a parade has been seen since March of last year.
And that's one of the
Oh my
best.
goodness.
And it snows on Main Street.
Yeah.
Yay.
Daddy, please can we go see it? I want to see it in person. Please, please, please.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Awesome. Well, I'll be at the party on November 16th along with 8 of my closest friends.
Nice. And so will
Wow.
my
People should
client.
come on November 16th.
My client will be there on the 16th.
That's fun. I do
guys will
have
have
I
to
do have
meet
several
up.
several guests that are going to be there during that time, and some are friends, so we're going to be able to party with them. Yay!
That'll be fun.
It's going to be fun. Well, Boma, as opposed to Nina, which my autocorrect just I don't even know where it comes up with this stuff. But Boma Flavors of Africa reopened this past Friday, August 20th. I love
is
that
Boma?
buffet. It's a buffet restaurant at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Mhm.
And
Gotcha.
it is really, really good.
I have a Boma story.
Ooh, look at you.
We went there. It was Cindy and I, and Cindy's brother Otis, his wife Nancy, and Nancy's mom Sherry. We went there for dinner, left the girls with Stephanie to look after them.
Mhm.
And um and we went there and we're eating and it was really good. And I got this dish that I swear it looked um like a like a gosh, what am I trying to say? Like a cornbread type consistency. Okay. And I thought, well, it's like cornbread. And I'm eating it and eating and eating it, and I'm really enjoying it. And then I realized it was egg, and I don't
Oh,
like eggs.
oh, you like those eggs, so did
But
you?
I ate it, and I thought, well, this isn't bad. I don't remember what it was called,
Well, there
but
you
I
go.
was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But it
even
was
food you don't like tastes better at Disney. Yay!
exactly.
Yes. Oh,
So
that's funny.
anyway,
That ought to be an
anyway,
advertisement. They need to add that to their commercial.
yeah.
That is so funny.
Yay.
All
All
Well,
right.
what news do
right.
you have, Sophie?
Coming to Epcot in mid-September, the long-awaited opening of the Space 220 restaurant over by Mission Space. I believe that I was excited for this back when I last mentioned it, which I think was way back last year.
Yeah.
Way back.
And then it just sort of fell through with the pandemic, and I never talked about it again. But now that it's back and it's coming, oh, I'm so
I think
excited.
it'd be
And
fun to eat there.
Oh,
it's
for
gonna
sure.
be there by mid-September, and we're going in October. So,
Good luck us getting a reservation.
oh,
Well,
okay.
if they ever open reservations, you at least you'd have a
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's the thing, Sophie. It's like you load on this space elevator that takes you 220 miles up to where the restaurant is. That's why it's Space 220.
Yeah. I think I
And your
remembered you
views
telling me that.
are all of
Space.
space, you know?
Oh, we'd have to see that. That
So,
reminds me a lot of the Star Wars resort that they're currently building.
Galactic Star Cruiser, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Maybe
anyway,
we can convince Mommy by taking her there.
there you go. So, Space 220 September opening, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
All right, now, Miss Brenda, yours is something that I'm particularly excited for. So hit me with your
Oh, well,
next.
yay. Well, this is just a rumor. It's just
Mm.
a rumor.
Yeah,
But there's some
just a rumor.
talk about the candlelight processional may be coming back this year. And oh my gosh, is anybody more excited than me? Oh my goodness
Me,
gracious.
Well,
It
you
would
and
be
me have
part
never
of the
seen it,
Epcot
right?
International Festival of the Holidays, which begins November 26th and runs through December 30th.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I love the candlelight processional so much. I really hope it's going to be back this year.
I think it is coming back. And I heard that Disney was making arrangements for choirs to be
Great.
available on select nights, on certain nights. And so that's why I think the rumor got started. And I think it sounds like it's not rumor, but it's not official either. So
No, until it happens, you can't count on it because of
yeah.
everything nowadays. But I'm really excited. They're trying to work on it.
Yeah. Whee!
Yay!
All right. Well, lastly, but not leastly, over in Hollywood Studios, Beauty and the Beast live on stage has now reopened.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
I
That's a
like
great show.
I've
It
always
is a
liked
great
that show.
show.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not one we go see every time,
No.
but it is a good one.
Yeah.
The only change I heard was that they are not kissing at the end of the show. It is a socially distanced.
Well, I mean, that's all right.
Yeah, gotta do what you
So
gotta
there we
do.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All
All
right.
right.
Well,
all
that
right.
looks like all of our cheddar for today.
Yes.
On to our feature topic, unless Daddy has anything else to say.
Nope. Um, feature topic: planning for school, planning for vacation, and the whole thought behind it was schools are kicking back up, um, and there are things that you need to get so that you'll be ready for school. Just like there's things you need to make sure you have on hand when you're getting ready for your vacation. And
Yeah.
so we thought we would share some of other things that we absolutely have to have when we are getting ready to start our trip, you know?
Yep.
And I'll start it off by saying one of the listeners said that they need extra space in their luggage for souvenirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know for a fact there are people that pack an actual empty suitcase for souvenirs for things that they acquire and they want to bring back home. So
Oh, wow.
That's a good idea. We actually pack our snacks in one suitcase and we use them while we're there, and then we use that empty suitcase to put our souvenirs in to come back.
there you go.
That makes sense.
See, that's actually efficiency in action, courtesy
Yeah.
of MissBrendaPlans.com.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right. Always planning something.
That actually is a very good idea because usually we don't order snacks, but there have been trips that we did, or rather, trips that our friends did when they came and stayed with us. I'm mainly talking about Aunt Sheila and Uncle Randy and Jay again. And they will often buy groceries to keep in the fridge and stuff in the room that we're staying in, because this is usually when we were staying at the cabins at Fort Wilderness, which are amazing, by the way, because it has a full kitchen.
Hmm.
Yep.
So yeah, that's usually what we did, but that's actually really smart, Miss Brenda. We might have to tell them about that
I think
if they're
so.
Well,
not
when you
listening,
have food
which they are.
allergies and you can only have certain things, you pretty much take a lot of your own food. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
at least your favorites like Hershey.
Yep.
I thought you'd have had that Hershey bar eaten by now.
No, no, it's not for breakfast. Only when I'm on vacation, I eat candy for breakfast.
Oh dear. River's having a dream.
Okay. Well,
Oh
leave
well.
him be. I don't hear him. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, how do we want to do this?
I say we just keep on talking, you know?
Okay.
Because, like, everyone knows that you need the clothes and the stuff and the toiletries and all that, but at the same time, there's just something special about bringing a shirt that you plan to wear on a specific day, especially if it matches with someone else in your party. Like, you can't forget about that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yep.
right. Well, Brenda, you want to kick off and say a few of them?
Well, I have kind of have two lists. One is a list of things to bring in general,
Uh-huh.
and then one is a list of things I put in my day bag at the park. So,
Okay.
well, I can say in general, one of the things that I have discovered is ultra helpful for me, and I fell in love with them after I got my first set, is packing cubes. I don't know if y'all use packing cubes or not, but let me tell you, they save space in a ridiculous way. You can put the same amount of clothes in packing cubes and you still have half your suitcase left when you use the whole suitcase without them. I don't understand it. It is just awesome. They're wonderful.
Packing cubes?
Packing
What
cubes,
are
I love
those?
them. They're little flimsy little things that have a zipper closure, but you can like roll your t-shirts up and put them in there and then zip them all up, and
Hmm.
it leaves so much room in the suitcase. It's just crazy. They're just very efficient. and I love
Okay.
them.
See.
Love them, love them. So that's one thing I recommend taking on a trip. I also have like the little Dollar Tree. I'm a Dollar Tree person. I have the
Uh-huh.
Dollar Tree pop-up hampers that lay completely flat. When you've got all your stuff in your suitcase, you can lay that hamper out, and then when you get to the room, pop that sucker up, and we use that while we're in the room. And then we transfer our dirty clothes. If we don't wash them there, we transfer them to a trash bag to come home.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
just two
Okay.
ideas I'll throw out there right from the start.
Nice. Those are cool.
So those are
Yeah.
those are things for packing or for the room that you don't have to take them to the park. Well, like air freshener for the bathroom, for instance. We don't take
Yeah.
that to the park, but we definitely need
No,
it for the room. So, you know.
that's fair. That's very fair. Hmm. And to think that we usually survive on what we bring, Daddy. All these things make us seem like we're savages or something.
No.
Because really, all we bring are technologies and stuff that we need to take pictures and videos.
Yeah, I put a whole list of technology things out there,
Yeah,
like
and that's
my
a
Yeah.
phone and my camera. Um,
yeah.
and nowadays with the podcast, one of the things that I'm excited about is my gimbal. So the
Mhm.
gimbal connects to, it's like a remote, it's like a holder. You hold
Uh-huh.
it and you use it to take video, but it does like those nice smooth transitions,
Oh, nice.
and makes the video look really good. And so
Yeah.
that's one of
That
the
is
things that
exciting.
I'm excited about, is playing with that and getting that much better. Um, so that's those sorts of things are on the always on the top of my mind, is the technology
Yeah. Well,
stuff.
what all is
Yeah.
on your tech list? Because for anyone who hasn't packed to go on a trip in a while, I know
Well,
like
Yeah.
cell phone
Well,
and
yeah,
cell
well,
phone
we
charger.
also have, well, like the charger itself is not really useful without a battery, which
yeah.
Daddy
Yeah, the
happens
portable
to have
battery.
one. But yeah,
And
it
I got a new
was.
one, Sophie.
You did? Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
So this one has the circle, and for some of the new phones, you can just put it right on there and it'll start charging the
Nice.
battery. So you don't
Oh,
have to plug it in with a
nice.
cable, but it also has the plugs that you need if you need to have others. So you can do multiple charging, and this stores a lot more juice, so you can get a lot more charge out of it.
That's
Um,
great,
Gotcha.
and that depends on the case sometimes because my case has a little place for my driver's license and my
uh-huh.
card, so I only have to carry this, but I can't charge it on one of those. I have to plug it in.
Right.
But we have a solar charger, so we put it in the outside pocket of the backpack, so it gets the
Oh,
solar rays through the day, and then it keeps itself charged, and we just keep plugging my phone into it.
that's
Seems like my phone
cool.
goes dead quick,
Nice.
That's neat though.
so that's handy. So there's all
I
kinds of
don't have a solar one, so I think the win goes to Brenda.
no. But it's something that it was a great Christmas gift for my hubby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And of course, I don't go anywhere without my laptop. And part of that is because of the industry I work in, running my own tech company. But I
Mhm.
also, you never know when you need to work on a client's reservation. Sometimes even though you're on vacation, you still have clients you need to service and help out with. So you make time for that. Um,
Hmm.
Absolutely.
and for videos, and moving stuff off of your phone into your laptop and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my laptop goes with me everywhere. Um, and probably for a lot of people that might be a given. Um, and since we're a iPhone kind of shop in our house, one of the things um, that I also have, that the girls also have, is their Apple Watches. And the Apple Watch for us is twofold. For
Yeah.
me, it's doing my steps, and counting all
Yeah.
that for the exercise, but also with the new Magic Mobile, which of course also works on the Google side too. I just don't live in that side, so I don't know it as much. But you can add your tickets to your phone or your Apple Watch and use them to get into the park.
That's
And I
right.
tried that, and it reported back a while back, and that actually worked really well. So that was kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Your own little magic band.
Yeah. And then, of course, you still like your magic bands.
Oh yeah.
I
For
mean,
sure.
Like
if you don't have all the other stuff, but you have magic bands, make sure you pack your magic bands.
yeah.
That's right.
Oh gosh, if you
You
forget your
still need
magic
them.
bands, I remember a story. We were going to Disney, and I think we got into Johnston County or something, and my mom was like, magic bands. We forgot the
Uh-oh.
magic bands. We turned all the way around. Thankfully, we realized it before we crossed into South Carolina. We were only in the next county over,
Oh,
but
good. That's good.
But it
That's
added an
good.
extra hour onto our trip.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it could have been so much worse, right?
It could have been so much worse. And if you lose your magic bands, obviously, or you forget them, obviously you can get the ticket card, and that can be do what you need it to do with the RFID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But it obviously is not even close to being as cool as having your magic band.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're very
so
convenient for sure.
so
Worth the
but
purchase, I think.
I think so too. And I think so too. So
All right. So what else are we talking about?
Well, we have to talk about the weather because it is Florida after all, and it does rain every single day at some point in June,
Even if
every
for
day.
only 5 minutes.
yeah,
Exactly.
for an hour.
Yeah, but for the most part,
Exactly.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
know. So go ahead, Sophie. Talk
Well,
about some of the weather things that we need to deal with.
Hmm.
well, of course there is the rain, like we've mentioned, but that's what the ponchos are for.
Hmm.
Hmm?
And maybe if you're smart and you have the space to carry them in conveniently, you could also bring some rain boots. That would certainly help with keeping your socks dry.
Good idea.
Yeah, because even when there's not the rain, there's still all those wet water rides.
Yep.
Hmm?
And nobody likes wet socks. And then, of course, you have to remember it's Florida, it's the sunshine state. So, sunscreen, hats, sunglasses, those are all going to be big things as well. I remember I was coming home from Florida. We were moving me back to North Carolina. And it felt like as soon as we crossed over the Florida Georgia line, the sky immediately turned grayer.
It did. It
Oh,
literally
that's a
did, Brenda.
sign.
It was so weird.
Ah,
It
It
was
was
weird, but
literally.
wow.
It was so weird.
Oh, depressing.
oh, well, it wasn't depressing. I was coming
It
home and
was
I was
just.
ready to come home, but
It was still
yeah,
Good.
funny. It was still
Good.
funny.
Wow.
yeah,
So, ponchos. You
Yep.
yeah.
mentioned
Yep.
this, Sophie. Brenda, buy them at the
Yes.
parks or buy them at the dollar store?
I have a bunch I've bought at the Dollar Tree that I carry for the littles. They are not nearly long enough for tall people. But for the littles, they're great. You can just, if they rip them, you just throw them away. I like my Disney World ponchos that we bought probably
Mm,
10 years ago. They're still in perfect condition.
Mm.
We dry them out, put them in a baggie, we store them, and we take them every trip, and they last a long time. Plus, they have the cute little emblem on the back. We
yeah.
also have the black umbrellas they sell at the gift shops with Mickey on them. They're extremely lightweight, so I also will carry an umbrella with me if I know it's going to rain that day and it's not just like a small chance if it's like raining already or whatever. I'll carry the umbrella just for because you never know, where you can use it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I think those are
Mhm.
handy too. And we always carry an extra pair of socks. If we're wearing tennis shoes, which I only do in the wintertime, I wear flip-flops every part of the year unless it's cold. But we do carry an extra pair of socks in our Ziploc bag in our backpack just in case our socks get wet because that is gross. You're right, Sophie, when you're
Yeah.
sloshing around in your shoe and your socks are wet, it is so uncomfortable.
Ugh.
Even if my shoes are wet, if I put on dry socks, I feel better.
I
yeah.
feel with regards to ponchos, that's almost like a um a situation where you get that's almost like vigilante sometimes. You get people are like, don't spend the money on the Disney ponchos
I
because they're
know.
so much more expensive. And then you get people are like, no, buy the Disney ponchos because they're better, they last longer, they're better constructed.
They
And
last so long.
I'm in that group,
Me
you
too.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because how
But
many have you
you're
bought at the Dollar Tree and how much money have you spent when you're still reusing these same ones from 10 years ago?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
anyway,
they're very good
I
quality.
I'm sure there's no wrong answer, because it's Disney.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
agree. When we have bought them the at, at Disney, and they last a lot longer for us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very plus they have the child size and the adult size, so you can be sure it's going to be long enough, which is very important.
yeah,
Yeah.
Where that cold rain ends if it's too short.
yeah.
Oof. All
So,
right. Well, anything else?
well, for weather, also hoodie. I mean, we like when we go in November, we always take a hoodie because like in the daytime it's usually very comfortable, but at night I need a hoodie. It gets a little chilly.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
another
yeah,
red
that's
weather
true.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
actually really, I have a lot of funny stories about weather in Florida for some reason. But I remember, I'm trying to think. It was October. It was before you and Mommy had gotten down to Florida. But Aunt Sheila, Uncle Randy, and Jagan took me to Disney the day before you guys got down.
Okay.
And I was wearing a short sleeved shirt because I wanted to match with Jagan that day. And the wind was so strong in Epcot. It was
Oh,
like, that's what it sounded like.
wow.
And I didn't have a jacket. And I don't know how I managed to stay comfortable in that weather. I think it was just out of spite.
Not letting it rob your joy, huh?
Yeah,
No.
but all I know is that Aunt Sheila, Jagan, Uncle Randy, they were freezing. And I was just here in my short sleeves and my shorts. I was like, what are you guys talking about? This weather is good. Ugh.
Well, the weather can be unpredictable. When Cindy and I went before she was born, when we were pregnant with Sophie, and it was like January of the year 2001, and we didn't know any better. We were foolish. We're like, it's Florida. It's always warm in Florida. And we
Oh.
got there, and it was like and we had packed maybe jeans and t-shirts. We had packed nothing heavy or anything like that, and it was like 50 degrees, and the wind was blowing, and it was so cold, and we're sitting there and we're buying sweatshirts like crazy from
Yeah.
Disney stores to
Oh.
wear, and it was so funny. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
Florida, it's never cold in Florida. Well, guess again. It
It
was that
just goes
trip.
to show you, yeah. But
Well,
you
at
had great
least
souvenirs with all the sweatshirts.
Yep.
at
Yep.
least Mommy had a little bun in the oven to keep her somewhat warm.
There you go.
Warmer heart, if nothing else.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
one thing I was good for. Stretching out her
Yep.
innards, keeping her warm, and crushing all her organs. That's me.
There you go. All right. So give me some other things we need to make sure we don't forget on our packing list.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, if you're a super planner like Miss Brenda, probably a schedule. Just so you can remember all the things you need to do.
I used to I used to carry an itinerary, but now with the app, there's no point. I do recommend highly either printing out your plans or screenshotting your plans because there have been times that the Wi-Fi has gone down at Disney and people would show up for their dining reservations and they had no record of it at the restaurant because they had no
Oh,
record of
dear.
anything. So if they showed the screenshot with their confirmation number, it made it a lot easier on them. I also
Mhm.
recommend carrying an ID and either cash or card with you because if the system goes down, you also can't charge things to your room. So you need to have some form of payment with you just in case.
Yeah.
idea.
So those are kind of what if kinds of things, like planning for a rainy day
Yep.
kinds of things. So to speak.
Okay.
So I definitely recommend that.
Mhm.
Medications, you have to pack your medications. And some
Oh,
medications
yeah.
you just leave in your room, but if you need medications, for instance, when you eat or, anything like that, you need to have that with you when you go to the park too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snacks, of course. Snacks will save you a lot of money. Take your own bottle of water, get your free water at a kiosk or a quick service, pour it into your bottle, and you always have cold water. And I recommend that highly too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take food into Disney, even if you wanted to pack sandwiches to save money for one meal, just buy like one meal in the park or something. You could do that. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
think about food before you go so you can save money by buying it at home and taking it with you if you can, or have it delivered um, just like Randy and Sheila do, because we've done that many
Yeah.
times too, especially like cereal and then like milk for the kids and things
Yeah.
like that for the room.
Hmm.
Extra masks. You're going to need extra masks.
Oh yeah. And
Oh,
hand
Masks
yeah.
get wet,
sanitizer.
masks
Yeah.
get dirty. You need plenty of extra masks.
Yeah.
And preferably, you need them to be the cloth kind because let me tell you, depending on the weather at Disney, those masks, the paper ones, they're just gonna fall apart on you.
We didn't like them.
Yeah,
It
Uh-uh.
was
yeah,
so hot and it just
so
felt like horrible. But with the cloth ones we got there, it seemed like a much better solution for us anyway.
Yeah.
yep,
And I know they have a lot of hand sanitizing stations out, but we had our little bottle of hand sanitizer that we used
yeah.
Yeah.
We
and
always
refilled.
carry it.
Yeah. So
It's a good habit to carry it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I
And don't
haven't been
forget the Tide
carrying
stick
mine.
and the shout wipes if you are a person who spills food on your clothes. The
Yeah.
Tide stick doesn't take any space, and the little shout wipes are just like you just rip the top off, and they both clean very well. So those
Yeah.
are good to have also in your bag. Yep, and don't forget your Mickey ears.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
you
Because
need
you
your Mickey
gotta have them.
ears.
Yep.
Yep,
Mhm. They are
they're
a they are a must. I should know. I buy one every single time I go.
yeah, yeah. Collections are very important to us.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Another thing I'm
Okay
going to
then.
recommend, which was a weather thing that I forgot, was I have this neck fan that I got from Amazon. I'm not plugging Amazon, but it's a neck fan. So you wear it around your neck and you can put it tight or leave it loose, but it's got 3 speeds and it's awesome. So I
Hmm.
recommend that for the summertime. I took it with me for the May 30th through June 6th visit, and I used it for sure. So I
Cool.
recommend, or some people use the handheld fan. Some people use the fans that spray water and are a fan. Whatever works for you. Just have some method of staying cool and a cooling towel for
Yeah.
around the neck or
You
Yeah.
know what? When Sophie was little, we bought the misters that with the fan with the little
yes.
spray bottle,
Hmm.
and we got the ones at Disney,
Yeah.
and we used them and used them. We have two, and we used them, and they worked great, and we
Mhm.
enjoyed them. And then we put them up on the shelf and forgot about them for what, Sophie, 10 years, 15
Oh
years
wow.
almost. Not
No,
15 years,
I
but for quite a
remembered
long
us
time.
wanting. Yeah, I had remembered wanting to continue to use them, but I think the battery died and that's why we stopped.
Well, in any event, this past trip, Steph's trip down, they stopped by at our house and
Yeah.
and we changed the batteries and we filled the water and
Yeah.
it worked just like a champ
That's right.
after like 10 years.
That's
All
great.
they
Oh, yay!
needed was battery changing and that was it.
That's
So
great.
That's good.
so those
Yep.
things they last.
They
You
do
know?
last. You know, you get what you pay for, I
Yeah.
guess, but they do. They do last a long time.
And that was the souvenir, So,
Yeah,
and now it's passing along to the next family.
Yep.
that's right. Yep, and it's good because they can use it. They'll need it.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
And I don't know I don't know, there's a debate about the fanny pack thing. I don't know if you guys use a fanny pack, but we use the backpacks. So we pack our backpacks and, carry our backpacks in the park.
Yeah,
I'm a backpack guy.
I don't use a fanny pack. Jagan has one, but
Yeah.
she doesn't wear it around her waist. She wears it like a crossbody bag, I think. It's weird.
Yeah, well,
And
maybe it's both a crossbody bag and a backpack. Where I was raised, if you wore a fanny pack, man, I would have I would have gotten beaten up. So we don't use fanny packs around here. but,
yeah,
Oh.
but they're handy. But we use the backpack, and then everyone can, we always. I guess I'm kind of a mean mom, but we always made the kids carry their own snacks and drink in their backpack. I mean, there's no point in me carrying everything. I've seen poor moms out there carrying just like 50 pounds of stuff in this monstrosity backpack. And I'm thinking, why is she carrying all that for everyone? Because it's too hard. It's
Yeah.
hard on people to carry that much stuff.
yeah,
Did I lose
yeah.
my light?
You lost a little light. Yeah,
Ah,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's
that's
okay.
okay.
I'm
There, that's
sorry.
better.
I'm gonna
Sort of
move
better.
right here.
But yeah, I go through so many stages. Poor Cindy, she has a bag. I think it's 2008 is the year that she got it. It says 2008 on it, and she would put little things in there, and I'd start by having my backpack with my camera gear all in there and a
Yeah.
spot for stuff and all that, and then I'd be like, this sucks. I don't want to carry it, and I don't want to get it security and have to have it checked, and
Hmm.
so I'm more often than not I'm carrying nothing, except my camera
Yes.
and my phone.
Yes.
Oh.
And when I don't know if y'all do this or not, but about by the fifth day of carrying the backpack and having to go through security, of course now security is so easy, you just walk right through in the whole metal
Yeah.
detector thing. But when they used to
Yeah.
have to go through the bag and go through the bag, and it took by about the fifth day, I'm like, I just want a day where I'm not carrying anything. And
Yeah.
so you plan to just have a day where you don't have to carry anything, and because sometimes it gets to be too much.
Yeah.
So you do whatever you have to do it's your vacation.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the key, make it work for you. Whatever
Yeah.
that list looks like. And we gave a lot of our list options and things like
Yep.
that. But whatever that list looks like, just check it off, cross the T's and dot the I's, and make sure you've got a list and
Yeah.
have it all, and you check it off when you got it loaded, and then you'll be good to go. So
That's right.
I don't
And
I
if you
don't
forget your
know.
toothbrush, you can get one in the gift shop. It's not like
Yeah,
the end of the world. It's,
yeah,
Yeah. All
exactly.
right then. Well, is
I
there
don't know
anything
if there's
else?
anything else I have to add to our lists.
I have a first aid kit, but at least make sure you have Band-Aids or moleskin or something for just in case you get blisters on
Oh.
your feet, because there
Yeah,
is a lot of walking.
Yeah.
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 I also take the Downy wrinkle releaser because your clothes can get wrinkled, and that stuff really works well. So I take a
Okay.
bottle of
Okay.
that.
All right.
I'm trying to think of things that maybe not everybody. We always take a power strip because there's a lot of things to plug in,
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. Power
and they're
strip is a big.
redoing the rooms with a lot of the USB kind of ports so you can charge stuff. But used to be you had like two outlets or whatever, and we had 8 devices. So we
Yeah,
always pack a power strip. We still do.
yeah.
To be honest, I found that the USB ports don't always work for me for some reason.
They don't
Like
work
I'll
as fast. Yeah,
Oh
Well,
wow.
it's not that. It's that I will plug in my phone to a USB port next to my bed at night and wait for it to charge while I'm sleeping. And
Hmm.
then I wake up the next day to only find that my phone's at like 60% or something,
Oh
and it's
yeah.
not charging despite being plugged in.
You might
Yeah.
think about taking one of those power strips, and some of the power strips have not only, the plugs, but they also have USB spots in them.
Yeah,
Those are
that's
good to have
true.
as a backup.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, can't think of anything that's really pertinent. I mean, I have my own kind of favorite things that I do. I have like
Yeah.
a little debit register, the little bitty ones, and I write
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
down everything I spend so I can keep track of what I'm charging to the room, just because I'm, kind of anal about stuff like that. But, not everybody's me, so do whatever makes you comfortable.
Yeah. That's
Exactly.
ultimately what vacation is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess the most important thing to pack is to remember to pack your fun
Oh, yeah.
because you're going on vacation. So
That's right.
don't get so caught up in everything that you forget to have fun.
That's
Remember,
right.
you're there to have fun and make
Yeah.
memories and all that. So,
Yep.
so don't do a home alone and leave one of the kids home.
Please don't.
No.
No,
No,
don't do
please.
that. We don't need
No.
any movie sets or anything like that.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Family and friends are the greatest thing you're going to be having with you.
Trust
Yeah.
me, I
So
promise
much
no
fun.
wet bandits will come to try and break into your house.
The Wet Bandits.
Yeah, I love
Leave
that
those.
movie. That is so hilarious.
Leave this.
I know, right on his forehead.
and
So
he
funny.
leaves the sink the faucet running.
Yeah,
We're the
we're
Wet
the wet
Bandits.
bandits.
Oh, thanks for telling us. I'm glad we
Yeah,
found. I'm glad you left the faucet on. Now we know which ones you did.
that's
Yeah.
right. And in
Well,
episode 2, they were this. He changed it. He said, "We're no longer the wet bandits. Now we're the
sticky bandits.
sticky." Thank you very much. Sticky. I could have thought of that forever. Sticky bandits. That's hilarious. So Home Alone. There you go. As another sponsor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so I think we have wrapped up our feature topic.
Yep.
Yay. Well, we
Okay.
hope it was helpful to you guys. If let us know if we forgot anything that you think's important, because we're
Yeah.
here to help everybody else. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
please reach out if we can provide any further tips for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, then
Well,
that takes us to this day in Disney history for August 23rd.
yep. And I have something that's short and sweet, but amazing.
And it's gonna warm Brenda's heart.
Yep.
Oh, it's about Walt.
19. Yes, it is. 1986. The U.S. Senate passes a bill, Public Law 99-391, designating December 5th, 1986 as Walt
Walt
Disney
Disney.
Recognition Day.
Yeah. Yay, that's wonderful. Every day should be Walt Day, y'all.
Golly, that was so he was born December 5th
Yep.
and he
1901.
died in December 19th.
15th.
15th.
1966.
So that was coming up on 20 years that he'd been gone.
Yep.
And the world was never the same from the day after.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Well, that is a great history, Sophie.
Thank you.
Very, very, very great. That's bravissimo.
Yeah. That is
Thank you.
excellent.
All right. Well,
Well, that brings
Oh.
us to Stump the Soap.
Da-da!
Dum dum dum.
You don't stand a chance, Mike.
I don't. That's why I gotta milk it for all I can. Okay. This character is a true villain who is evil through and through.
Maleficent.
No, I think we've done Maleficent.
We have you right. Okay.
This villain, since we know he's a villain, never stops dreaming and never stops scheming in his thirst for revenge.
Captain Hook.
Yep, Captain Hook.
Ooh, give me 5. All right. Yay. Very good. That was quick, Mike. Quick.
I know, it was quick.
I may or may not know a little too much about the Disney villains.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I have 3 did you knows, and the last one I think is the coolest.
Okay.
Did you know during development the filmmakers realized audiences would like Hook? As a result, they decided the character would not die in the film.
That was
That's
a good
cool.
decision on their part, and they were right. We do
Yeah.
like him.
Number 2, Captain Hook is ranked 24th in Empire Magazine's 50 Best Animated Movie Characters.
Dang. That's pretty good.
And
Yes.
number 3, Captain Hook was used as a reference during the creation of The Princess and the Frog's Dr. Facilier.
I can see that.
Yeah, for sure.
I can see that they're long, they're angular, and they have that big chin.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just thought that was cool.
Very good, Sophie. All right.
Thank you.
Yay.
That was a good one.
I thought it was.
Yay.
So. All right, Brenda.
Well, Mike, I need a favor.
Uh-huh.
I had to move my location and I left my Walt quote at the other location. So would you please read it for us today?
Sure, I'll read it.
Thank you.
All right. This is from Brenda, courtesy of Walt Disney. A little bit of Walt. Quote, whatever we have accomplished is due to the combined effort. The organization must be with you or you can't get it done.
That's
Walt
true.
Disney. And that's exactly it, you know? You're only as good as your people.
Yes.
And if your people are putting out work, you end up with a company like Walt Disney. And if they're not, then you don't. You know?
Yes, and yeah, leadership can't do it themselves. They have to have everyone involved.
Yeah. So, great quote, Brenda. I
Thank
couldn't
you.
have said it better myself.
You did say it better. You said it much better than me.
I don't think
And
so.
I appreciate you doing that for me.
I
No
don't
problem.
think. I think that nobody could have said it better than Walt, you two.
That's for sure.
Oh,
A toast to Walt.
there you
Yes.
go. And he probably did not have a mug that said Monday should be optional.
Mm-mm.
I think every day was a weekend for Walt. Every work day.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that wraps us up. We have a fun one planned for next week. I think you're going to really like it. And we're calling it, courtesy of Sophie and the way her brain works, we're calling it Never Have I Ever Disney Edition.
Awesome.
So these are things we have never done that we want to do at Disney.
Because believe it or not, there are things that we haven't done.
There's a lot of things we haven't done.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
And that's why this show has lasted for as long as it has, because let me think. Episode 34, and then we had 50 episodes last season.
So this was the 84th episode.
Yeah, we're less than 15 episodes away from episode 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, don't forget, Dad and I have been traveling to Walt Disney World since the 70s, and there's still stuff we haven't done. Because everything is ever changing. There's new things. There's just things you haven't been able to do for one reason or another.
Yep.
So there's always something new. And that's the good thing, is incorporating something new into every trip.
Yep.
Definitely.
Exactly. All right.
All right.
Well, everyone, we hope you have a great week. And thank you for joining us. And we will see you on the road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right.